America. Thank you, Arizona. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Don't you ever be sad. Lean on me in times of bad. When the day comes and you're down, and I'm in a trouble, and I'm back to drown. Just hold on, I'm coming. Hold on, I'm coming. I'm on my way. If you get cold, yeah, I will be your cover. Don't have to worry, 'cause I'm here. Don't need to suffer, baby, 'cause I'm here. Just hold on, I'm coming. Hold on, I'm coming. Hold on, I'm coming. Hold on. Look at it. Reach out to me for satisfaction, yeah. Look at here, Dave. That's all she got to do. Call my name, yeah. For reaction, yeah, 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 Now don't you ever be sad. Lean on me when the times are bad. When the day comes and you're down, baby, I'm in a trouble and I'm about to drown out. Hold on, I'm coming. Hold on, I'm coming. Don't you worry, I'm coming. Here we come. Hold on, back to say I'm coming. Hold on, don't you worry,
In the far distant land of common sense, a place where we all once lived, you'll find the Conservative College with Professor Toto. It is here where the foundational principles of our great republic are still taught and true patriots are still educated in the hallowed halls of this school of hope. Just like the iconic puppy from The Wizard of Oz, who found great joy in pulling back the curtain on the lies of the wizard, so does Professor Toto. Grab your seats and welcome to the Conservative College. Class begins now.
Well, my bell's broke. Hold on, the little bell fell out of it. I know Miss Barfield will be happy about that. She says my bell drives her crazy. But anyway, oh well, ring-a-ling-ling, I got to fix my bell. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome from all over the United States of America and the nations of the world. It is 8 o'clock Central on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, right outside of New Orleans, Louisiana. And the halls of the Conservative College are filled with students tonight. You have gathered from every state in the Union and even some of the various nations. As a matter of fact, right now on Roku, we have almost 6,000 students. And then between Rumble, Facebook, and YouTube, we're at about another 12,000 total. So, ladies and gentlemen, say hello to your classmates. You made it back again. Thank the Lord. The world still has some sane people in it, and it's us. Well, I didn't know if I was going to make it tonight. As you can hear, my voice is, I've been in the bed sick for 3 days with a sore throat and no voice hardly, but I just could not let you down tonight and not be here. So if you can deal with a raspy voice, then you're welcome to stay in class tonight. I've got a lot of news to go over today. I want to welcome, let's see, Renee Linscomb and Martha Locke. Martha said, if I'm the sane one, we are in trouble. I disagree, Martha. I think you're pretty cool myself. Hello, Miss Kim Wileys. Howdy to you. And Miss Natalie and Eileen Kushan. So good to be back with our friends Tanya Schultz from Mobile, Alabama. Renee Linscomb, Sherry Jones. Hello, Angela Schumer. Angela, I'm heartbroken at you. I love you, though. Oh, hello, Janice. Angela's not coming to see me at Tabernacles. That broke my heart. I can't believe she's going to trade me off for old Jim Staley. I do love Jim. I'm playing with you, darling. But while we're talking about it, I hope you're registered. There is no Feast of Tabernacles like First Harvest Ministries. You will never be the same. Are you registered? I hope so. Will be so blessed for being there. So click right now on the QR code and go ahead and register. It's free of charge. Make up your mind. I'm going to be there. And then at the end of the event on October the 8th, you come by and tell me, thank you, Professor Toto, for driving me crazy to get here, because it truly is the event of the year. So we want you to be there. Okay, everybody, come on. Just do it. All right. So we look forward to seeing. I'm going to see so many of you in 6 weeks. I can't wait to put my arms around you. Every year, once a year, this is when all of Toto's army and all of the believers of First Harvest come together to celebrate the Almighty Yahweh and America and one another. It's going to be a great, great time. So we look forward to seeing all of you there. Let me give you a quick rundown of tonight, what's going to happen. Since my voice is limited tonight, I've been in the bed sick, and I was still in the bed at 7:20 tonight, telling my wife, I don't feel like it. I just don't feel like it, with my bowls of soup everywhere. And my wife said, the people are dependent on you. I'm like, oh. Okay, all right. I jumped in the shower, got my hair all shiny, and here I am. I love being here with every one of you. But since my voice is messed up tonight, I will not do a monologue this evening. I wanted to do part 3 from sovereignty to slavery, but I will not be able to do it tonight. However, I have something very exciting for the afterglow tonight. Around 8:45, we're going to I'm going to cover all the news before then. But at 8:45, I have something so exciting for you. I'm going to give you a little tease of what it's about. We are adding something else to the Patriots Buying Club. I have been wanting to replace Amazon for a long time. And I think that I have found the answer. So we're going to have Bye Bye Amazon now, including Bye Bye Walmart. And let me give you a big clue. This is so exciting. Everybody listen up. How would you, yes, you, like to go on a cruise with Professor Toto next year free of charge? Did that get your attention? Come on. No charge, no money out of your pocket to go on a cruise with Professor Toto for 5 days, just me and you at no charge. Is anybody listening? Join me at 8:45 tonight, and we're going to introduce you to something we are so excited about, adding to the Patriots Buying Club. So I have a guest that will be here at 8:45 to tell you all about it. And all of you true Toto fans, all of you true followers, this is what you are going to want to hear. I'm super duper excited. Well, the first thing we need to do tonight is go over to the Land of Oz. I've got to take you over there. We've not been there in about a week, but it's time for the tornado to come and take us all away. And when we get back, you'll know we've been in the Land of Oz.
What's happening?
I've been asking that since 2020, Biden. But anyway, hello, we're in the Land of Oz. Everyone look around and find Glenda and Brenda and Lucinda. Find them all because we're here. And actually today we find ourselves on the beautiful island of Maui. And when we get to Maui, we are going to find a president that knows exactly what the people in Maui are going through.
I don't want to compare difficulties, but we have a little sense, Jill and I, what it's like to lose a home. Years ago, now 15 years ago, I was in Washington doing Meet the Press. It was a sunny Sunday, and lightning struck at home on a little lake. It's outside of our home, not a lake, a big pond, and hit a wire and came up underneath our home into the heating ducts, the air conditioning duct. To make a long story short, I almost lost my wife, my 67 Corvette, and my cat. But all kidding aside, I watched the firefighters, the way they responded. You know, there's an old expression. I grew up right across the street from a fire hall in Claymont, Delaware. And the expression...
Yep. He feels their pain. Yep. In the Land of Oz, he feels their pain. He feels their pain so much that he's at a memorial service. And this is what they get from their president.
We are a community that relies on family, on ohana, whether by blood or by friendship. But like many others, my son's home burned down. My daughter's home burned down. My home burned down. my parents of 59 years home.
So at the memorial service, that was him asleep with our dead fellow citizens, their names being called out about what all they've lost. Joe was asleep. When he got on the island, now hold on a second. I've got to try to kill the audio on this next video because the language is horrible. So I'm going to turn, there we go. I'm turning the audio off. Parents, be at the ready. If a technological failure happens and the audio comes through, I apologize in advance for this language. I do not like to play foul language here in the only college left in the world with sane people in it. But I've got to show you this video. This is the arrival of the fake president on the island of Maui. Let me make sure the audio don't come through. Hold tight. Okay, no audio. So this is the president, and all you can hear, I could probably unmute.
Oh, wow, yeah, awesome. Yeah, thanks for nothing.
Okay, I'm going to stop there. The FUs begin as the president rides by on the island of Maui. FU. It is every citizen there welcoming him, is giving him the bird, flipping him off. Boy, I'll tell you, there was a time when the office of the presidency was so respected, and we're just so beyond it now because everyone knows it's been abused. Everyone knows it's fake. Everyone understands that. And it's just a sad state of affairs that we find ourselves in today. But that is the land of Oz. We're back now. We're back in Kansas, so we can talk about some good stuff now. But I always try to show you what's really going on in the world out there so you can understand where we are. Before I go any further, someone just made a comment in the chat that I want to pull up. It's a great comment. Mr. Greg Bowden. Greg, you're going to get 5 golden stars from Professor Toto tonight. Greg, I don't know if it's not going to fit on my screen there, but he has the link of something I taught you guys 3 years ago when I talked about the power of Pence and how that he was the supreme commander of the Senate, if you will. And I read the laws to you. I spent an hour reading what the laws of the Senate were and what he could have done that day. So I was glad to see Mr. Bowden bring that back up. There is a link in Mr. Bowden's comment, and I'm not able to click on it for whatever reason. But if you need a refresher into why Pence did have the power, and you just want to educate yourself for when you're talking to people, here's the bottom line. Mike Pence had one of the greatest powers that anyone can have. He had the power to interpret the rules of the Senate. Do you know how powerful that is? Do you know in this document, which comes from the Senate itself, it says that the president of the Senate, whenever he has called the House into order, that he alone has the power to interpret the rules of the Senate. My friend, if you get the power to interpret the Bible, you've got all power. And by the way, it's unappealable to anyone. Mike Pence had an unappealable, there was nowhere to go. That power is plenary. It cannot be questioned. The man threw your nation under the bus. Thank you for that great link, Mr. Bowden. You're a great student. I appreciate that. And Mr. Beautiful, I'll take that compliment because that is true. It was this show that taught you before anyone about the power of Pence, and we have been vindicated. Newsweek magazine had to admit we were vindicated. We were vindicated because here's why. When you stand on truth, you never have to hide. And I know the truth in the Word of God and in the Constitution. Speaking of the Word of God, real quickly, I just released a new teaching video that will interest some of you and it will not interest the others. I'm just going to let you know it's out there. A lot of people have questions about the rapture of the church, concerning the scripture that talks about one will be in the field and one will be taken. And so if that's something that you're interested in, I did just release a teaching that you need to watch. If you're a biblical student, if you love the end times, you definitely want to go take a look. I don't normally plug our preaching videos or teaching videos, but some of you may very well be interested in that. It's on YouTube, FHTV, and Rumble. So if you're interested, there it is. If you're not, thank you for humoring me. All right. Now, all of my listless vessels tonight, and my deplorables and my patriots that still cling to God and guns, do I have any listless vessels listening tonight? If I do, then I am inviting you personally to meet me, Professor Toto, your humble, neighborhood, friendly, fluffy professor, Professor Toto. I'm inviting you to meet me at what I call the Last Stand in Atlanta, Georgia, this Thursday, day after tomorrow, to make a last stand with America's legitimate president, Donald Trump. Our church will be leaving here in the morning for a road caravan to go to Atlanta, Georgia. We will be there tomorrow evening, and we will be having lunch or dinner, in Atlanta. You are welcome to join us there for dinner, and we can spend some one-on-one time together before the big event on Thursday. I do not know what time the president will be arrested, and that beautiful mugshot will be taken that's going to be used by his campaign to prove everything he has been saying. And so I'm so excited to see the mugshot. I cannot wait until it's on every one of his commercials. They're playing right into the man's hands, and we are going to be there. Now, I want to say something to every one of you. Professor Toto is going to have to get my ruler in my hand and tell you to put your hand out like they did in school. Some of you need to be slapped on your hand today. Here's why. This is a moment in history you will never live again. Your children will never live this moment again. One day, their grandchildren will read about what happened in America. And some of you are not planning to attend. If you live within 3 hours of Atlanta, Georgia, and you don't plan to be there to support our president, I question your patriotism. I do. Now, I know there's some people, your health won't let you, your job won't let you. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to those that could make it happen. This is when you put your money where your mouth is. This is when you put your red hats on. You show up en masse for your presence to be felt. And you go as a warrior of liberty. Let me not say that before they have me on Right Wing Watch and NBC and everywhere else. You go as a peace-loving, a poet of liberty. That's what we're going to go. Okay. So if you can do it, I plead with you. Toto's Army, where are you? Show up. Show out. No, don't say show out, Professor Toto. Show up. Pray up. Shout it out. There you go. So make sure you're there, please. Don't disappoint yourself and your president. No, he won't see you probably. You know what? He will. I'm so sorry. He'll see you when he pulls out of that courthouse with ink on his finger. And his family watching as their father is led to the slaughter like a lamb. You need to be there. You need to be the sea of faces that he sees when he pulls out, to know that they didn't arrest you today, Mr. Trump. They arrested me. They arrested all of us. And so I realize some of you are saying you live too far away. I get that. I understand that. But if there is any way, then please, thank you, Sister Sandra Brawlier. If there is any way for you to get there, I'm pleading with you to be there. Hey, I'm sick. I don't feel like going. I want to go right back to my recliner when I turn this camera off and forget the world exists until Friday night church. But unfortunately, I'm a soldier. I'm a warrior in the army of Yahweh and for the great republic. So there's times where you put your money where your mouth is. We're all going. We hope to meet you there. If you would like to meet up with us for dinner with tomorrow night, if you'd like to meet up with us for dinner, I'm going to give you my email address, which everyone should know by heart by now, but there it is right there. Right. I can't never do that. Right. There we go. It's right there. Email me and just put in the subject line Atlanta, and I'll make sure to open that email. Okay. So we want you to go with us. It's going to be a great, great day. We will head back home Thursday after the event is over, but we genuinely want you to be there. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you have heard about this, but if you've not, I want you to go read the article. I'm going to show it to you. Let's see. It's over on Gateway Pundit. It is a documentary that is going to come out in October of this year. And I want us to swarm this theater. Let My People Go by David Clements. This movie is, it says if the trailer is an indication of what's to come, the film may just prove to be the most definitive breakdown of how rigged the 2020 election was pulled off, the human cost associated with it. And so I have watched the trailer. Let's see, there it is. Well, I'm not going to watch
this trick.
Never mind. But anyway, I want you to prepare for that movie. I want us to fill those theaters up in October. All right. So be on the lookout for Let My People Go. I don't know if we can buy tickets in advance or not, but if we can, it would be a great thing. There is breaking news about Mr. Ramaswamy, who is now third in the primaries. Mr. Ramaswamy, something very disturbing that we have discovered about him. And I just want to warn all of you, don't be deceived by a smooth tongue. Ramaswamy, number one, is a Hindu. He's not a Christian. He worships false gods, just so you know that. And so if that's not bad enough, let me read the article to you real quickly. I know a lot of you like Ramaswamy, and that's your right. But it's been found out, according to this article, that right before he announced his presidential bid, Vivek Ramaswamy paid a Wikipedia editor to remove information about his close relationship with the man that invented mRNA vaccines. And Ramaswamy called this man his mentor. And then as I read the article from National Review, come to find out, and there he's mentioned as Melton is a stem cell chemist who was a mentor to Ramaswamy. Ramaswamy had that removed. And he also had removed that he identifies as Hindu. See, this is one thing we love about Donald Trump. The man don't remove nothing. He is who he is. It is what it is. But now notice what Ramaswamy's done. He removed that he's a Hindu and put this article. During his campaign for the nomination, he sought to appeal to evangelical Christians, some of whom are unwilling to support a non-Christian. And Ramaswamy told them that the U.S. was founded on Christian values and that he shares those values and he believes in one God. Yes, he does. And that God's name is, oh Lord, what's the Hindu God's name? Folks, don't fall for it. When you got to go hide and everything like that, there's a problem. All right, so just be careful. I hate to bust y'all's bubble. First of all, he cannot be president. He's not a natural-born citizen. No, it's not Ishtar. Yeah, Kali. Thank you, Nicole Kirk. So he does worship one God. Shiva, Buddha. He's not Buddhist. But anyway, so that's very important that we know these things, okay? Shiva is the Hindu god, so he does worship Shiva. But we don't need that in our White House. We need to make America great again, all right? So I want to show you, this is going to shock you, everyone. Bob Tabor says he took money from Soros. I was not aware of that. Teresa says that he cut off funds to Israel. All right, so why don't we stick with Trump, folks? What y'all say? Can I get a hand clap? Why don't we stick with the man? All right, I plan to. All right, so, hey, I want to show y'all something shocking if you're ready for it. I'm going to show you the one time that the mainstream media told the truth. I know it's shocking, but I want to go way back, if I can, to 2012 and show you the cover of the Newsweek magazine. And of course, there is Obama with the rainbow halo around his head. And he is there called the first gay president. Well, it was a joke, supposedly. But come to find out, it wasn't a joke. Because come to find out, he has homosexual fantasies all day long. He wrote a letter to his girlfriend, Alex McNear, in 1982 when he was a young man. And here's what he told her in that letter. In regard to homosexuality, you see, I make love to men every day in my mind. My mind is androgynous to a great extent, and I hope to make it more so until I can think in terms of people, not women, as opposed to men. Now, do you want to know where the transgender movement started? In the demon that raised up Barack Obama. And that demon, if you'll remember, I took Barack Obama apart about 6 months ago. For 3 weeks, I taught on Obama, and I showed you the 5 men in his life that were transgendered, homosexual, cross-dressers. Well, now we have the evidence, even more, that in fact he was America's first gay president. He brought that spirit into the highest office of the land, and that's why he allowed gays in the military, because he said, my mind is androgynous. I don't see men and women. Then how are you thinking about having sex with men all day if you don't see men? Boy, I tell you what, this world right here, let me tell you, has literally gone to hell in a handbasket. As far as hell in a handbasket, I'm going to show you a video. It's about 2 minutes long of something that happened today that you knew nothing about. Some of you did because you're students, but it's not anywhere on the mainstream media. The world changed today in a bad way, and you'll begin to feel that change in about 2 years from now, financially, economically. Are you aware? I've taught you about BRICS before, but did you know what happened today?
4 hours, Putin and China will change everything. Yes, tomorrow, a BRICS lightning bolt will shock the Western hegemony that's been ruling the world for decades. The Western media is totally ignoring the story, by the way, because they don't want to admit what's about to happen. Goldman Sachs, though, understands it, and they believe that by the year 2050, the BRICS nations will dominate the global economy. So on Tuesday, yes, tomorrow, the BRICS summit officially kicks off in South Africa. This is the first face-to-face BRICS summit since the start of COVID, and we are about to witness a rebalancing of the world order. The agenda items at this summit are massive. The currency, yes, a new currency, trade, military cooperation, AI, microchips, oil, all of it, infrastructure, rail lines, shipping. This is a big, big deal. And the United States, I guess, didn't get an invitation. The British didn't get an invitation. Germany isn't welcome. Is the game over for the Western hegemony? Well, the writing is on the wall. Now, for those of you that don't know, BRICS stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And it started out small over a decade ago, and now it's become the greatest threat to Western power that we've ever seen. And I'm not talking about military power here, which we'll get to in a second. I'm actually talking about economic power, oil power, computer power, trade power, the greatest weapons of all, not those bombs. Now, the top of the agenda is the United States dollar, squarely in the crosshairs. Here's how Foreign Policy magazine headlines this moment. A BRICS currency could shake the dollar's dominance. The de-dollarization moment might finally be here. Really? Is it true? After all, talk of getting rid of the US dollar as a reserve currency goes back to the 1960s. Here's the New York Times. In 1968, talking about France trying to separate itself from the US dollar. Yes, French President Charles de Gaulle versus Lyndon Johnson. That's how old this is. That's how far back this goes. This isn't new at all. But now we are at a tipping point. Brazil's president, Lula da Silva, says that every night he asks himself why all of these countries have to base their trade on the US dollar. Can you imagine every night before going to bed, that's the thought that you have? Well, he does. Well, now they don't. A gold-backed currency that stands as the backbone of a new BRICS currency is being rolled out in earnest. Brazil, Russia, China, India, South Africa, trading oil, computer chips, minerals, and settling those transactions in a reserve currency that has nothing to do with the US dollar. All of the previous meetings of these BRICS nations have been leading up to this moment in South Africa.
BRICS countries are home to more than 3.2 billion people, around 40% of the global population. None of the bloc's members is in the G7, the group of 7 advanced economies. To increase its influence, BRICS is considering bringing new members into the fold.
And their currency will be backed by gold and silver. And it will be the strongest currency out there, because anybody that don't have God's money has no money at all. You can put it off, that's fine with me. But one day you're going to know the way things are headed. You better have it in your pocket. So that's happening today. As we speak, BRICS is posturing itself to be a gold-backed currency against the US dollar. Wake up before it's too late. Folks, I plead with you, learn what real money is. Learn how that you were deceived by the Federal Reserve. Learn these things so that you will not be caught unaware and off guard. Speaking of unaware and off guard, and by the way, if you need help with that, scan the QR code or go to godsmoney.info. Godsmoney.info. And I'm going to give you a little heads up. You may want to run on over to buybyamazon.com and book your appointments first tonight, because once we show what we're fixing to show you in a few minutes, it'll be months before you'll be able to get an appointment. So you may want to run over to buybyamazon.com right now. Is it .com or what? Let me see. Is it? I don't know. Maybe it's not. Buybyamazon. Is it .com? Yeah, that's it. Buyamazon.com. Book an appointment now, because once we get done, in about 30 minutes, everyone in this room is going to want an appointment to go cruising with Toto free of charge. And we're going to teach you how to do it. Tomorrow night, I will be in Atlanta, Georgia. And guess what I will not be doing? I will not be watching the loser debate in Wisconsin. Why? They're all traitors. Why would I listen to any of them that have betrayed the president? However, old President Trump outsmarted old Bret Baier, didn't he? See, Bret Baier thought that he was going to be able to help out Jack Smith by peppering Trump with legal questions about the ongoing cases. Baier was going to use this opportunity with Mike Pence on the stage to grill Trump about January the 6th. I could see it coming now. The documents at Mar-a-Lago. So the DOJ just lost Trump. Listen, y'all. Quit playing checkers with this man, please. All right? He's going to Atlanta Thursday to play chess. Let me show you why he's not debating. Now, I want you to look at why this man is not debating. If you're a member of Toto's army, I plead with you, do not humor those traitors. What you need to do is turn on, I'll be at dinner, but I'll still stream President Trump interview with Tucker Carlson tomorrow night. Don't give those people your eyeballs. Please, 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 please. Let me show you why he's not debating. I want you to look at these numbers. This is your latest polling average. Trump is at basically 56%. Now, if you take DeSantis, Ramaswamy, Pence, and Haley, if you take all them together, that gets you about, let's see, 22, 26, 27, 30, about 31% to Trump's 60%. Now, go down to Joe Biden. That Donald Trump actually has a higher percentage lead than Biden does against Kennedy. Nobody wants to know why Biden's not debating. There's your numbers, folks. Look at your numbers. It's real simple. If these other four people were not in the race, Donald Trump would have a higher percentage than Biden has against Kennedy. Now, DeSantis is at 14%. Kennedy's at 13%. Why are they not having a debate? All right, so there's the raw numbers. And I'm going to show you some more numbers that you need to pay attention to. Look at the independents. 62% believes Donald Trump did something illegal. 22% believes he didn't, plus 11. So that's basically 33% of independents that do not believe Donald Trump did anything wrong. That is a strong number, 33%. Why? Because that is the part of the electorate that Donald Trump's mugshot is going to sway. Now look at this one. Has Biden made the economy better or worse? The Democrats and the Republicans, better, 52%. But look at your independents. 56% of your independents believe that the economy is worse. Those are the people that will switch over to Donald Trump. You can believe that. Now, whenever you get down to the bottom of the line, you're going to find out that the Republican National Committee, they set it up in such a way that Donald Trump could not debate, because he will never take a loyalty pledge to a party. He only takes a loyalty pledge to the United States of America. And he would never agree for Chris Christie to be your president. He would never agree for these men to be your president and him support them. So whenever he doesn't go to to the debate, I want you to remember why. Because he don't know how to lie. Donald Trump doesn't lie to us. You may not like what you hear, but you can believe what you hear. And he cannot make that pledge. And for you to expect him to make that pledge is very unfair. So that's the reason he's not going. And another reason, the Florida governor, DeSanctimonious, a poll just came out where he has now dropped to 4th place in New Hampshire. 4th place. He has now fallen down to the lowest of the low. DeSantis is over. And it's really sad. It's so very sad, because if he would have waited his turn, he could have carried the Trump mantle for 12 years for us, including the second term of Trump and 8 more years. But somebody spoke in his ear, that little Delilah wife of his. I know who's talking to him. She thinks she's Jacqueline Kennedy. I've got my eyes on that little situation. Just like when Delilah spoke into Samson's ear and convinced him how great he was to go ahead and jump out ahead of God. Go ahead and do it on your own. But I promise you, DeSantis made a horrible decision, and I knew it on Twitter when he announced his candidacy, and the whole thing fell apart on Twitter. That was a prophetic sign. I told every one of you that was a prophetic sign. But the media is absolutely in love with DeSantis. Watch how they had their name called on that. I'll be right back, everyone.
Was a pretty interesting moment in a recent interview where Governor DeSantis talked about Trump supporters. He used the words listless vessels.
But he wasn't talking about Trump supporters.
Hold on. I'm going to play it for everybody, and then you can go ahead. Let's listen.
A movement can't be about the personality of one individual. If all we are is listless vessels that's just supposed to follow, whatever happens to come down the pike on Truth Social every morning, that's not going to be a durable movement.
Everybody just saw there that there was a cut. You cut from the beginning of that quote to the listless vessels. You just did what the problem is. So everybody who just watched that, understand, go read the transcript.
Okay, fine. So you summarize for us what was it that he was trying to say?
Well, first of all, his first point is an excellent point. This should be about America, not about individuals.
Okay.
And
how do we get from there to listless vessels?
Yes, well, the rest of an entire paragraph, by the way. I mean, there's a pretty big gap in your cut. So he's talking about some of the folks in D.C. who've endorsed Trump. He's talking about the more general environment and referring to all of us collectively. We can't just sit back and take all of this, be listless vessels. We have to move ahead with a different vision. That was not Trump assigned. And so folks, go read the transcript. You don't have to listen to me. You go read it yourself.
And caught in the cookie jar with that one. And I love what she said. Okay, fine. In other words, I admit that you can't trust us. I admit that we play these games. But man, I'll tell you what, if Donald Trump, another reason he will not debate tomorrow night he's not debating any of the primary. And one of the main reasons, because if Trump debates Mike Pence tomorrow night, the DC judge will throw him in jail for intimidating a witness. That's how they roll. Let me read to you the part of Donald Trump's bond agreement. And I'm quoting, "The defendant shall make no direct or indirect threat of any nature against any victim. The above shall include, but are not limited to, post on social media or repost of post made by another individual on social media." Now it says the victim. That's a broad statement, and that applies to Georgia Governor Brian Kemp, Florida Governor Jeff Duncan, Lieutenant Governor, Fulton County DA Fannie Willis, Vice President Mike Pence. All these people are victims, if you will. Why did they really think Donald Trump was going to show up at these debates and let them put him in contempt of court for intimidating a witness or threatening a witness? Did they really think the man was that dumb? The man that could not be elected, that was elected twice by the people? Did they really think that a bond order of this type he would get up there and violate in front of the whole world? This bond order, he can't even talk about election fraud. The globalist governor, Brian Kemp, could be intimidated and say that he's been intimidated on the stage by Trump. So that's where we are, folks. Now, one quick final warning before we go to this exciting news that I have for you tonight. One quick final warning I want to show you. It looks like mandates will soon be returning for masks and vaccines. I want to say to all of you that if you need a doctor to get you what you need, the new variant is called BA286, or Eris is what they're calling it. It's the new risk. You know, it's almost election time. So we got a new one now. And it could trigger the government to put these back in force. If you need the medicine that starts with the letter I, we have a doctor on staff here at Toto's Army that can help you get what you need to stay healthy. So we have that available. You can always email me. I'll connect you with that doctor because we always are here to help you. Also, if you need a religious exemption, we still have them available at TotosArmyOfPatriots.com. Our letter saved well over 100,000 jobs during the COVID crisis. Well, it's almost time to bring COVID back now because we've got an election, and if lawfare won't do it, then we need a backup plan. And let me just show you, see if any of you remember this.
Voters. Finally, Joe Biden aiming to push Americans to get booster shots for COVID-19 in the coming months. But Tommy, do you remember when he said this?
Is the pandemic over?
The pandemic is over. The pandemic is over. If you notice, no one's wearing masks. Everybody seems to be in pretty good shape.
Why would you let a good thing be over with? I mean, it's time to bring it back. So it was over. Now it's not over, and what have you and whatnot. And the reason that I know that they're about to start enforcing it again is because guess what I got in my email today? An updated YouTube policy about medical misinformation. I got it today. You know, they banned me for life on YouTube. I snuck back on. They don't know I'm back on there, but anyway, it is what it is. But we had nearly 300,000 followers there, subscribers. They wiped us out in one day. And we got an updated medical misinformation policy, how they're fixing to, I could read it to you, but I won't. But they're fixing to crack down harder. So it's all coming back, folks. Anything to keep Donald Trump out of the White House. Again, I am so sorry that I'm sick tonight and my voice is gone, and I will not be doing my monologue this evening. But when I return in, I'm going to say a minute and a half, I am bringing to all of you patriots. Let's see right now. Let's look at Roku. Roku, we have 7,000 viewers right now on Roku live. Rumble, where are we at on Rumble? We're at 1,700 on Rumble. And then over on YouTube and Facebook, we're at about 2,400. So, and then let's see on Twitcher. Did y'all know we're on Twitcher now? By the way, we are. So we're at about 16,000 viewers right now. So when I come back, I have never been more excited about adding a product to the Patriots Buying Club. than I am this one. Because, you know, we created buybuywalmart.com a year ago. And we've taken, I believe, $9 million away from Walmart since we created that website. And we started bringing you products where you don't have to shop at the big box retailers. And the one that so many of us patriots are forced to shop at is Amazon. Well, I've created a new website, buybyamazon.com, and you are going to be so excited. I'm coming back in 30 minutes, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, however long this is, to introduce to you something that is going to revolutionize the way you do things. But I am so excited that we can, you and me, Professor Toto, and all of Toto's army can go on a cruise that may very well not cost you $1 green dollar next year. I'm coming back to tell you all about it. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans, wide with God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
I absolutely love that song. Wow. All right, we're back. Thank you for being in class tonight. Class is over. All of the information has been given out. Thank you for joining. So now we're going to go into what we call our afterglow party. This is where you and I just communicate. And real quick, I'm going to give some shout outs to Mary Norris and Charlie Gann and Doreen Anaquich and Jan Nash. Let's see, from Darlene Houston. Good to see you, Darlene. Jan, and then let's see, Lord, so many people. Rose White and Teresa Geschwinder and Christine Serto, and Misty Johnson and Mary Norris, Adam Wingo, Karen Fisher, Darlene, Lydia eBay. Hello, Lydia. Jody Burgo, Linda Garner, Tanya Yanowski. And then over on Rumble, we've got Aussie from Australia, Daniel Old Moonstones. Let's see who all we got there. Alba Creative, Dreama Gidge, Water Trucks, Ladyfish, Dekine, Kelly Lynn for Trump, Barbara PC, Las Vegas. We've got them in Colorado, from Louisiana, Barbara. Hello from Virginia. All over the United States and even the nations of the world. I'm so glad to have you tonight. All right, without further ado, I'm going to bring a guest on tonight, introduce you to him, and then we're going to get this party started. His name is Eric. Welcome, Eric. Say something.
Professor Toto, how are you, brother?
I'm wonderful. How are you tonight?
Hey, man, God bless you for your courage and leadership. And I thought I was having a good hair day, but I saw your hair. I'm like, I can't compete with that. I got to throw this hat on here.
Well, you know, I tell you, I got COVID 3 years ago and I lost a bunch of it, but it's coming back now. Eric, what is your official title?
I am actually the master franchisee of Transact Car.
Okay,
so it's
all
a
right.
pleasure to be here.
Well, first of all, our viewers have no idea what we're talking about. So I'm going to tell them in 2 minutes what I think you have to offer. And then you come back and correct me or tweak or whatever you need to do. Okay. All right.
You got it, brother.
So in my wallet, I have a credit card. Okay. Now with that credit card, every time I use that credit card, I get points or whatever. Okay. I have another card in my wallet, cover the numbers up. That's a debit card. That's from my bank. I swipe that one all day, every day. I pay all my bills with it. And I get nothing. I mean, that's the facts. Here at Toto's Army, we don't like big banks. We like small community banks. We like credit unions. We like the little man. And I have been working for years to bring all of our people away from the big box retailers. And from what I understand, your people have created a card, a debit card, not a credit card, a debit card that I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the only cost for it is $25. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, let's get that clear. I don't want nobody thinking, oh, I'm fixing to have to spend a bunch of money. No. $25 one time, and you will get a Patriots, what I call it, a Patriots debit card. It's the Transact card, and it's a debit card. And basically, if the Patriots will start using that debit card like they do their current one and start swiping with that card, did I understand that every time they swipe, whatever they spend, your company is going to match it dollar for dollar in a point system. Is that correct?
You got it, brother.
Okay. Now
you need to start presenting for Transact card. You're better than me.
Hush now. I'm Professor Toto. I know my people, and I want to make sure they understand. So basically, everybody that's watching now, when you swipe, you're getting nothing. If you come over to this Patriot card, every time you swipe with that debit card, you're going to get a dollar for dollar match. Now, they call those bucks, Z-Bucks, okay? So if I go right now to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, which I can't afford to go to Ruth's Chris. Let me go to Lone Star, okay? Go to Lone Star, and I spend $50 on my debit card. I'm going to get nothing. If I take your card and use it, if I spend $50, I'm going to get home and log into my back office, and I'm going to have 50 Z-Bucks waiting for me, dollar for dollar. Okay. Now, here's the beautiful part about it, folks. They are creating a platform. It's not ready yet. I'll tell everybody right now. It's not ready. In November is their official launch date. Now, you can go ahead and get your card, but in November, you'll be able to log on to your back office, and you tell me if anything's wrong. I'll let you speak in a minute, Eric. And you can come and finesse me and correct me. You'll be able to log into your back office and go shopping pretty much like you do on Amazon. But listen, everybody, it gets so good now. When you go to check out on your new Amazon, if you will, and you go to pay your bill, you're going to be able to pay for your purchases, a portion of them, I think half, with your Z-Bucks or your points that you earned by swiping your card. So let me simplify. You go buy a box of diapers at the new Amazon, and the diapers is $9. You're really going to only come out of pocket about $4.50, because the other half you're going to pay with the points you've earned on your debit card. But Eric, please tell me I'm not wrong about this last part. The cruise. Aren't y'all adding to where a person can go on a cruise simply by using the points that they have earned on their swipes. Now you take over, tell me where I'm wrong, and explain it all.
You weren't wrong at all, brother. In fact, it's even better than what you said,
No,
because
can't be.
for your audience only, I'm going to give them all the Eric Allen money back guarantee here.
Okay.
If they get a Transact card,
okay,
and they don't love it within a few months, I'm personally going to send them $25. So there's literally nothing to lose.
Oh, wow. Okay. Hey,
yeah.
Oh, so that's called the Eric Allen guarantee. All right.
Yep. To your listeners only, don't be putting it over on other podcasts or live streams or anything. All right.
So all members of Toto's Army, you're getting a money back guarantee right now. Get the card. Go right now to buybyamazon.com. Book your appointment. Get the card. It's $25. If you don't like it, Eric's going to give you your money back. All right. Keep going, sir.
All right. So what we're going to do is actually, before our official launch out in Las Vegas, Professor, I'd love to see you out there.
I'll be there.
November 12th at Paris Hotel, kind of our official coming out party. So as our pre-launch beta testers, we're actually going to double your Z-Bucks on every single swipe. So instead of getting 70 Z-Bucks when you gas up your car, we're going to give you 140. So we're going to double those up for an entire year.
Now, so how do you qualify for that?
You just have to pay the $25 with the Eric Allen money back guarantee before November 12th.
And
we're going to double your Z-Bucks starting immediately until November of 2024.
So right now, anybody watching, if you get a card, it's a Patriot card. I wish they'd relabel it for me so I could have my own. We'd call them Patriot cards. But nevertheless, you get you a Patriot card. Eric right now is telling you if you'll do it before November, they're going to immediately start crediting you $2 for every dollar you spend. Sounds great, Eric. Keep it up. Keep going.
Yeah. So brother, here's the real basis, the real crux of Transact card. Like you, I get a part of things that are purpose driven. I'm passionate about. And the reality is, here we are in the most prosperous nation in the history of civilization. And we can chalk it up to a lot of the things you and I would align with.
Okay.
We've got over 100 million Americans, patriots, probably a lot of your listeners, that tragically they got to get creative every single month to make ends meet,
to beat
pay their bills
inflation,
and
to beat inflation,
inflation alone. So this is all predicated on this buzzword. You're going to hear more and more about financial momentum banking. And what that means, Finmo banking, is just showing people a way to take a dollar and stretch its value as far as possible within a financial ecosystem. And that is what Transact card is. And you hit something that's really important, because I would not be here if we were in bed with any big regional banks.
Okay.
We only partner with FDIC insured community banks throughout our country. We want to uplift those communities. We just want to help them. Over 250 community banks, Professor Toto, close down every single year.
You're right. Excellent.
Okay? So we want to go. And for those that are asking, that your money, when you transfer your money from your primary account into your Transact card banking account, that is partnered with an FDIC insured community banking partner. So your money is secure. And we have lots of easy ways to transfer as little or as much as you want. Transfer $5, $10, $20. You go out, you start swiping your card. You're going to get a text notification, email notification. You're going to see real-time transactions accruing. You're going to see your Z-Bucks starting to grow and compound. And as you said, we are currently building what we're confident will be the world's premier global marketplace with all the name brand items you would expect to see on Amazon or anywhere else. The difference here is we don't have to be greedy. We don't have to mark stuff up 3X, 5X, 12X. Go ask any of your friends who have businesses on Amazon. They squeeze them to death. I mean, most of them are just on there because they can't afford not to be. It's just for advertising.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to go help the vendors, the businesses, our suppliers, our drop shippers. We're going to pay them cash immediately on every purchase you make, and we don't have to inflate the price. So yes, to your point, you can apply 20%, 50%, 70% or more on eventually millions of your favorite products using Z-Bucks.
Let me interject if you don't mind. What about people that have small businesses that make products that would possibly like to connect and get their products in that market? Is that going to be available in the future?
That is absolutely going to be available in the future. Our
Wow.
platform is scalable, customizable. So
Awesome.
your favorite local businesses can put a product SKU up there, drop ship it the same as they would on Amazon.
And so whenever I buy it from you instead of Amazon, I'm going to be able to use a portion of that purchase. Now, what is it a portion or is it a set portion, or will it be different for each product that I can use my Z-Bucks for?
Right. Yeah. The high-end luxury goods are going to
Okay.
have a little more margins than the diapers, the
I
formula,
got you.
but
Okay.
yeah.
Great. Now, let me, can you answer the question on the screen right there, if you don't mind, real quick? Do you see it?
Can you use it like a bank's debit? Absolutely. Pay your bills, your subscriptions, your movie night, gas, groceries, Costco, you name it. But
Okay.
we want you to be incentivized to pull out this card instead of all the others. And let's be honest, have you figured out the algorithm of those airline miles lately, Pastor? Have you
Okay.
figured
No.
out
Go ahead. Why
the
don't you
hotel, the
figure it
gimmicky
out
resort?
in real time for us? Go ahead.
Yeah. So no, we want you to, that's why we say we want you to drive the behavior. We want you to just pull this out because you're seeing real value and you're actually getting something that has real value to extend your buying power further.
Right. So basically a $50 tank of gas. Now I'm taking that same $50 on the card now. Oh, and by the way, we haven't even talked about those flash sales that you have. I've watched people getting wonderful once in a while or every day. Y'all will put a product up that somebody can buy completely with their Z-Bucks. It's so fun. Tell them about that.
Yeah. So let me answer that question with a question to your listeners. What was the last time you logged into your Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express ecosystem? The answer is probably not too often, right? Well, we want this to be a true family atmosphere. We want an engaging ecosystem that you want to participate in. And part of that engagement is in our daily flash sales. So every single day right now, we have first come, first serve items, whether it's Ray-Ban sunglasses or Nike duffel bag or electric scooter. I mean, look at this. The last one I got was this wireless Bose speaker. This retails for $129.
Okay.
On Amazon, I used 117 Z-Bucks to purchase it with flash sales.
Let's start over again. Let's keep that. So that Bose speaker, I want one, by the way, on Amazon is how much?
$129.
Okay. In our marketplace, what was the price?
For the flash sale, again, the flash sales, your cash isn't good at all. It's all
Okay.
Z-Bucks. So I paid 117 Z-Bucks.
So you didn't pay one red penny for that speaker.
I paid
out of your pocket.
$8 for shipping and handling.
For shipping. Okay. But you didn't pay for the product. You had Z-Bucks. You had 119 or 17 Z-Bucks that paid for that. And y'all do a different item every day. So that's fun. That's fun. That's a blast.
Here's the thing, Pastor. I didn't even need it. My wife's like, "Why'd you buy that?" I said, "It's basically free. We'll give it away for a Christmas present."
Or Hanukkah gift or anything. Now, somebody just asked a question I wanted to put up for you. Let's see. And by the way, everybody, I need to talk to you about a family in need before we hang up tonight. They were in the fires, and we have a link to help them if anybody wants to help them. I'll talk to you about that family in just one moment. Okay, the question is, and I've lost the question, but I believe it was this: how do we get money? Oh, right here. There it is. Here we go. How do you get your money in there to spend? Is it like a savings to a checking account? So can you go through that process?
Yeah, that's a great question. We don't want anybody to leave their primary banks unless they want to. So we have lots of different options for free. There's no transfer fees where people are going to simply transfer money from their primary checking account into their secure Transact card account.
Okay.
And there's no overdraft fees. You can have up to 5 cards linked to that account. I've got one for my 8-year-old daughter. She's got a $10 a day limit. She thinks she's a big deal now. My wife's got one, my 13, my 12-year-old. So you can set different limits, but there's no transfer fees. There's never an overdraft fee of any kind. You just pull from what's in that account and you reload it as you see fit.
So I get my direct deposit from my employer on Friday. I can go right into my bank and just transfer those funds onto my Z card and just use that as my new debit card. I don't even have to use my bank debit card anymore. Is that correct?
100%. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I want us to be upfront with everybody. I want you to let them know that the company has not yet launched. There's still hiccups. There's still, let them know to be patient with the system.
Thank you so much for saying that. I'm a big fan of under promising and over delivering. I mean, friends, in the last 6 months, we brought in over 20,000 people into our ecosystem. So that will strain even the most successful companies. So what I would say is, the Z Club, you're not going to see millions of product SKUs right away. You'll start seeing those in the weeks and months ahead leading up to the official launch. Pastor Toto referenced the cruise. You're going to start seeing the cruises coming out in a few weeks. So instead of flash sale with physical items, imagine a big old cruise ship where you can use Z-Bucks to pay for an interior cabin all the way up to a presidential suite. I mean, imagine how many people haven't been able to get on a family vacation recently. We'll be able to get them there.
Well, we have an event every year where we have about 1,000 people come for a Toto event, and it's actually 6 weeks from now. So I can tell you right now, there will be 1,000 Toto fans on that cruise ship. So we have this alone would be such a benefit for our people all year long. They swipe their cards, earn their points, and then pay for their cruise with those points. I mean, to me, no brainer. You get your $25 back if you don't like the deal. Honestly, there is nothing to even pray about with that.
Exactly.
I thank you, Eric. Give us your gut. I can sense you're an honest man. Give us your gut. Why did you embrace this? What do you see coming down the pike? How do you feel about it? And if there's anybody out there that would like to get their card tonight, scan the QR code. It's on the screen. Or go to buybyamazon.com, make your appointment with us. We'll walk you through how to transfer funds, how to do all of that. But before you go, tell us what you see in the future with this opportunity.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, first of all, I've been kind of looking and praying for kind of the next purpose-driven adventure of my life. I'm at this interesting season where it's not motivated by money or other things. I really want to leave a legacy. And when I saw Transact Card, I said, you know what? Our truth is good enough. We can help millions and millions of Americans just better their lives by just staying ahead of inflation alone, brother. I mean, that alone is crippling.
Tell me about it.
Amazing people.
Before I could go to a drink machine and get that drink right there for $1, correct? And earn me a Z-Buck. I love it. Keep going.
That's right. Well, 2 Z-Bucks. So we're going to double it up for you.
I love it.
So yeah, my vision for this is to have tens of millions of American households who are choosing to use their Transact card to stretch their dollars further. In the process, we're going to uplift more and more community banks around our country. Okay. And we're going to have more people able to pay off debts, more people able to buy more of the things they really want and need, more people going on vacations. And I'm really passionate about this.
I can tell,
because we can really bless a lot of people. And maybe I'll come on a different show. I mean, we're going to show churches, charities, small businesses in our country a way to fundraise, to create another revenue stream.
And we're doing this as a fundraiser. The Toto show will benefit from every time somebody swipes one of those cards. So,
That's right.
I mean, instead of that money going to the big banks, I mean, it helps the little man. Look, we have gotten right now, I'm looking at my screen. We've had 486 clicks on the QR code. So this, by the way, those that don't know how to click on a QR code, go to buybyamazon.com. Now, let me clarify something. Even though the company is not launching until November, and I'll be in Las Vegas at that event, I want to meet you. Even though it doesn't launch till then, the flash sales are already happening.
Every single day.
Okay. So people can go ahead and start getting products. Now, like right now, I'm fixing to talk about a family in need that was in the wildfires. And they're a member of Toto's Army. Some people's going to go and give a donation to that family, of $50, $25. If they would be using their Transact card, they would be getting $100 in Z-Bucks for that donation. I mean, I'm 100%. Sorry. I was born one morning, but it wasn't yesterday morning, and I think it's a good deal. Well, thank you, Eric, for your money-back guarantee. We're going to hold you to it. Anybody watching, his name is Eric Allen. And Eric, thanks for coming on the Toto Show tonight. We've enjoyed having you, and I'll get you back real soon.
I'd love to come back on. God bless you, man. Thank you for everything you do for our country. And let's all pray for our country.
We definitely will. I'll see you in November. All right, guys, there you have it. I'm so excited about it. Get on board or not. It's up to you. But we sure would appreciate if you grabbed one of those cards and get on a cruise ship with us. Start swiping, count those points, and let's go cruising with Toto free of charge. You can do it. Just start paying your bills with it. Start paying everything with it and get 2 for 1. I'm so excited. I want to talk to you real quick about the Hall family, I believe is their name. There it is. Let me click on this. Now, this family is members of Toto's Army. They are the Hall family. Let me just show you the screen. We're going to help these folks here real quick. I want to help them. Boy, I wish I had my Transact card right now to help them with. I'd love to double that. Nope, that's not going to work, Brother Toto. Let's see. I want to help this family. Well, I'll just read it to you. The Hall family had a fire go through their community. They completely lost their home. Please consider helping this family as they rebuild. A family of 3 with dogs, cats, and chickens all survived. Thank you, Father. The chickens were a real miracle that brought a big smile to their 11-year-old son's face. He's been raising them for 1.5 years, and I am putting the link right now into the chat group. I'm putting it here. There it is on Facebook. It says that I hopefully that went through, and now I'm posting it on Rumble. Would all of our friends in Toto's Army go help the Hall family? If it's $5, $10, $1, or $5,000, would you go and let's help the Hall family tonight? Let's never quit helping people. Let's remember how blessed we are. As a matter of fact, I'm going to donate right now. Just wish I had my Transact card to do it with, but that'd be points for my cruise. Boy, that's a blessing. 2 for 1 for the next year. So anyway, God bless you, my friends. We sure love you. We sure appreciate you. We thank God for every one of you. And I'll see all of you. No, you know what? I may not be here Thursday night, folks. I'm going to be driving back from Atlanta with President Trump. I don't know how late in the evening that's going to be. But what I'll do, even if I'm in my car, I may not be able to do a show, but I'll come on and give you a report of the day's events. Is that fair enough? So it may not be real professional, and we may look rough and from the heat and worn out. Irene Walker wants to know where to donate. Irene, I put the link in the chat group, and I don't know where else to put it. If you'll email me, if you don't see the link, shoot me an email, and I'll give you the link right there. Thank you, Teresa. Teresa, you were a blessing to this ministry. I appreciate you so much. So let me put my email right here. Boy, I sure love my friends. All of the greatest people in the world. Where's my email? Where's my email? Right there, captions. Right there. There you go. Shoot me an email right there. If you want the link to help the Hall family, if you don't see it in your chat boxes, let's help that family, that little boy that they lost everything, and we can help them. And I know you will. And then don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, right there, get your debit card, buyamazon.com, buyamazon.com. So also, if you're not subscribed to FHTV, that's our home on the web where we own our own servers. They can never kick us off. Also, if you need ivermectin, we have a doctor in Toto's Army that will get it to you. We can connect you with her. Again, you can email me if you need that. Prescription, not subscription. But also, let's see what else. Here is our mailing address. If you need our mailing address. And with that said, that's all I got to say tonight. I've enjoyed being with you. Thank you for always being amazing. Thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate every one of you so much from the bottom of our hearts. And I'll be back Thursday night in rare form, probably sweating from head to toe from the Atlanta heat. But we're going to be here. Until then, why don't we put our patriotic hearts out and let's sing this together.
If tomorrow all the things were gone I worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife, I'd thank my lucky stars to be living here today.
'Cause this flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away.
And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land.
God bless the USA.
From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea,
from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA,
where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time